It's time now for the Eric Kendricks Show here on your home of the Cowboys. It's brought to you by Keurig and Dr. Pepper. And Eric Kendricks joining us now here in the G-Bag Nation. Good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
What's up?
Well, yeah, I mean, you tell us it's Halloween. How big of a deal is that in the Kendricks household today?
I think we're gonna meet up with some family just for a little bit of Halloween festivities. I'm finding out right now from my wife texting me, but yeah, it should be fun. You know, I feel like anytime you can get the kids together a little bit, you know.
Now oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to follow up about the kids there. Have they been fired up about this deal? Do they know what to expect?
My son doesn't know at all. You know, he's a year and a half old. We got a costume for him that we picked out, so he's going to be either ticked off that it's going to be too, you know, he's not going to want to wear it, or he's going to be vibing. You know, so we'll see.
Yeah. Where are you on the Halloween candy?
You know, I feel like I used to be big into the Halloween candy. I feel like I used to be super big into it, but you know, now I'm just way more selective with what I enjoy as far as candy is concerned.
What was your favorite?
My favorite growing up was like chocolate. I would say it would be like what's the one with the caramel in it, and then it's like Rolos.
Rolos, bro.
Rolos, yeah.
Underrated. Very underrated.
Crazy.
That's a good take.
Yes.
And then obviously you have your Skittles. I mean, classic. But I'm a Sour Patch Kids guy. But you know, you're not really getting those in the Halloween pack though.
No, they are a treasure when you find them.
They're amazing, right?
Yeah. A Halloween themed show here today. We were just talking about the scariest NFL players of all time.
Oh.
Do you have a guy in mind?
Scariest NFL players of all time. Shoot. Linval Joseph has to be up in there somewhere.
Nice.
What
makes him so scary?
I feel like it's the gentle giant type of attitude. Like, you catch him off the field, like, you're like, this is the nicest guy ever. You know, this guy is, man, what a guy. and then you flip that switch on him, and you're like, this guy's crazy. But I think that's what makes the football players. I mean, that's across the league. I feel like, you know, there's guys who can just flip the switch like that.
But you've never been scared on a football field?
I've never been scared on a football field. I mean, oh yeah, no, actually, that's a lie. I have been scared on the football field when I was sixth grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, freshman year in high school. I was a little bit nervous out there. I can't lie. I feel like that's what people always ask me advice. Like, man, my son's, you know, he's not really into it. He's kind of timid. Like, well, do you have any advice for? And I'm like, what? How old is he? And they're like, you know, he's 13 years old. And I'm like, oh wait, I was scared at that time too. So he has time.
Kind of grow out of it.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like I feel like my sophomore year, you know, I started to grow into my body. I finally matured, and then things started to click for me. And all of a sudden, like, I was a football player.
And since then, people have been scared of you.
Just chase people down.
Now, if you're not doing candy, what are you snacking on, like in the film room or something? You got to have something next to you, right?
It's the sunflower seeds, the pistachios. I'm a big seed guy, but I mean, shoot, I like potato chips, I guess. I don't know.
Big respect on that.
I don't do like the Doritos or anything like that because of the corn, but you know, I try to, if I do any type of chips, potato chips.
What about these nuts?
I'm not a big D's nuts kind of guy, you know.
How funny was that? How much have you guys talked about D's nuts in the locker room this week? You've set a record, I'm sure.
No, I don't even know what you're referring to, but I actually do know what you're referring to.
Okay.
I'm like, what are you talking about? No, we actually hasn't talked about that at all. But yeah, that was, man.
Wait,
funny.
You've never D's nuts to a reporter?
I've never done that, but you know, man, these, you know, reporters get kind of bold sometimes, you know.
I was going to ask you that, Eric. And I'm not, you don't have to say anything specific, but do you get mad at reporters occasionally? Is it something that, you know, I mean, you're a pro's pro when you handle things with, I mean, you've been great with us, but do you get mad and just kind of keep it to yourself, or, you know, how do you handle things like that?
You know, honestly, it's just when I get upset when they take the human aspect out of it. Like, okay, you're in our locker room, you know, right. And it's like, this is something that we we care about. We work our butts off for. So it's like obviously we have a ton invested into our body. The way we feel. We're our families. What I mean, like blood, sweat, and tears into this. So we're invested into it. And then when you come to us, and then you kind of take the human aspect out of that, and you just kind of treat us like we're either stupid or just blatantly kind of disrespect us, like we don't know what's going on. That's when it kind of like you can get upset. You have a human reaction.
Right.
So it's like obviously everybody has a job to do, and I'm not sitting here saying that some days I'm not more irritable than others, but at the same time, like I try to treat everybody no matter who they are, no matter what position of power they are in. I try to treat everybody with respect, and I hope that I get the same back.
Do you find the media around the Cowboys to be overly critical? And how would you kind of break down where the Cowboys are at right now if you were to put your media cap on?
I mean, media is just going to be what it is. I feel like there's more of it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say it's more critical than others, but obviously I think it is. But I mean, this is the job we do. This is we know what we're getting ourselves into. We gotta we know what we got to do this week, and if we don't want to face bad questions like that, we got to play better. So hey, let's do it.
Does it? I mean, and this is my last question on this, Eric. Does it bother you though when sometimes when media members talk about a specific play, and they really don't know how the play should break down? That it turns into maybe some blame, and hey, that they don't know. Is that more disappointing to you, or is it just the like you said, the human aspect side of things?
No, I mean that definitely gets you a little bit fired up too. Twitter and things like that, when it's like you're talking about a specific play and people think that you could be at fault, but you really couldn't. You're not gonna try to throw your teammates under the bus, but like it's like you have no idea who's supposed to be blitzing, who's covering who.
Right.
Sometimes it's just the closest person to that person. So there's a lot of that stuff that goes on, but that's why you try to keep things internal, and the guys on the team who know that's who you kind of care about. You got to lean on that. But at the end of the day, like I said, that's the job we have, and unfortunately, things do get heated sometimes, but it's part of it.
Eric Kendricks with us on The Fan. You were all over the field against San Francisco. I was wondering, like, what your GPS numbers were like after that, dude. I mean, you're hauling ass to take a tight end, a halfback, those wheel routes. You were all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. That's how I like to be. At the same time. So, anywhere I can be to help, I'm down for it. So, if I need to be doing whatever, let's do it.
Well, you congrats. You surprised us last week when you were out there after talking to you on Thursday. We were like, I don't know, this seems like a bit of a close call. How close was it?
Yeah, this game means so much, and I feel like obviously injuries come into play here and there, when you talk about football. But I feel like if people really knew the kind of work you put in behind the scenes to just be able to be there for your teammates, it means a lot. So I was happy I can get out there. And, just looking to stack on it.
Is pain something that you can block out as long as you have your strength, or how do you approach that?
It's, it just varies, it's something that, everybody deals with, especially, on the field. Everybody has a different level of, different tolerance, different, things that affect, maybe it affects your play more than others, maybe you can have so much pain where you're actually hurting your team, and that's when you got to reassess, and you're hurting yourself too. So, everybody's different. I don't really know how to really answer that. But
were you in pain Sunday?
My dad always used to tell me, when I got into playing, he used to, I think it was like from like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, like times where I was just explaining earlier how I was a little bit nervous and timid. My dad used to tell me as I got older and older, I got to high school, senior year, I started getting offers. He used to tell me, this game hurts, son. So are you sure? Type thing.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean. This is the game we love, though. So.
You get to play against Atlanta this week. Kirk Cousins, a guy I assume you know pretty well. What's the book on Kirk Chains?
Kirk, that's my guy. Not this week, obviously, but at the same time, got a lot of respect for him. He's been playing great. I feel like their offense, they have a lot of weapons, and they spread the ball pretty evenly. They run the ball pretty well. So it's going to be a good challenge. But it's a new week. Obviously things didn't go how we wanted to last week. That was last week, and I'm just trying to keep the vibes. From the vibe, I'm just trying to be consistent on my approach and how I handle things, and it'll pay off. It'll pay off eventually.
Now, I was watching the video from 2022 with him on the airplane with his shirt off dancing, and I'm trying to find you here in this video. Did you have a good view of that day?
Yeah, I think I was on the other side where the video was probably being taken. I feel like oftentimes in the league, I feel like even when Kirk first got to the Minnesota, I feel like you kind of feel nervous about showing your true personality, because you don't know how the media is going to take it and this and that. So I'm happy to see that as we played there. I include myself in this because I've gotten more comfortable with the media too. But as far as Kirk, he has a lot of intention on him. So I like that his personality is now coming out for everyone to see, and obviously now all the funny stuff's coming out. So it makes the NFL fun.
How's our boy Zimmer doing right now, man? I'm curious, has he had any type of explosions, any meltdowns, anything like that?
I feel like we're just locked in right now. Everyone's just trying to get the job done and focus. So that's been the priority, and that's what no meltdowns, nothing like that. Just straight focus and back to work mentality. So we had a really good practice today. We've had great walkthroughs. Attention to detail, adjustments, all that stuff, and got to get it done.
Tough one in San Francisco. You guys really put together a heck of an effort there in the fourth quarter. We'll be rooting for you once again as you take on the Falcons, man. Give them hell. We'll be pulling for you.
Appreciate it.